Go live. All right, here we go. Live on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Live on Facebook. How you doing, guys? See if I can't get this to be a little more easier to look at, too. Come on now. We can do it. We can do it. Here we go. I'm going to sit back and get comfortable. I'm usually on the end of my seat here. So, how are you doing, everybody? Because of course I'm 10 minutes late. Not great, but anyway, sorry. Here I am. And people are showing up. Yay! No, if it's not. And it's so crystal clear on my phone, and then it's kind of fuzzy on my laptop here, which is definitely aging out quickly, like the rest of us, I guess. Aging out. Trying to show its age. I feel you, laptop. I feel you. That's why I think we're so sentimental over old things. Hey, Aaron. It's like, yeah, we don't want anybody throwing us away, so we don't want to throw away our old stuff. So keep on trucking there. Hey, guys. Let's see what's going on. Brutal weather. Yeah, the wind is crazy. Janet, Gail, hi. Oh, my bangs are doing weird stuff. What's this nonsense here? They were cool a second ago. Hey, Lou. Gianna, Nadia. Look, everybody's here. Look at you guys. All right. How frustrated you are this week, but this was a rough week. This one really sucked it out of me. I gotta tell you. Hi, Rosemary. I am tired. I am really tired. In fact, if it's a snow day on Sunday and I don't open the shop on snow days, that'll be okay with me. I'll be okay. Having a 3-day weekend versus a 2-day, Monday, Tuesday off. Allison, hi. All right. I find myself talking more to Facebook because there's not always a lot of stuff going on with YouTube, but more and more people are. Hey, Karen, Janet, are following me on YouTube, and I appreciate that. I'm trying to get up to 1,000. Bump it up a little bit on YouTube. So, anywho, I just last week and this week started advertising on Instagram, so get people over off that too. Anyway, oh my gosh, everyone is going here. Let me see. Greta, 2 breakdowns. Oh no, we're going to talk about that, Aaron. Trust me. We're going to talk about the crazy. We're going to talk about the crazy this week because it was crazy this week. Crazy. Karen, stuff. Yeah. Well, what can I say? It was rough. This was a rough week. And the lack of stability, and I have to say the weakness of some people is starting to shine forth because they're scared. And when strong people get scared, we all get scared, believe me, my nuts lately. So don't think for 1 second I'm saying I'm so much better than. I'm not. But when weak people get scared, they do stupid things. And when strong people get scared, they usually get quiet and they start shoring up their resources. They start battening down their hatches. It's like the Titanic, who's leading people onto lifeboats, who's organizing, and who's creating chaos, who's running around like a chicken with a head cut off. That's the analogy. That's the best analogy. Running around like a chicken with your head cut off, Chicken Little, sky is falling. Oh my God, we're all going to die. Well, we are all going to die at some point, aren't we? But hopefully not like this. So I shared a video on Facebook. I'd love for people who haven't seen it to give it a look. This actually was a Made for the History Channel documentary, and it showcases a family of 3 surviving an apocalyptic event, and it is a virus. And it's a watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. And in fact, this show, which I think came out over a dozen years ago, I think 12 years ago. Hey guys, how are ya? It's called After the Apocalypse, and it's interesting how they kind of piecemealed what look like very real newscast shows, like newscast blips, along with experts weighing in on what's going on as things break down, as they will very quickly. And then, of course, the drama of watching this family of three, mother, father, and their young son, navigate through a very frightening experience that, doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. It's a long time before it gets better. And the world changes dramatically. So I really recommend, if you can, please give it a watch. I just posted it on my Facebook page, After Armageddon. It's a YouTube, and it was made for the History Channel. So there's a lot of Armageddon stuff. It comes up quickly because that is the title of it, After Armageddon. And it's so realistic that when people will happen to catch it on history without realizing, and just seeing the news, the fake newscasters like reporting on what's going on until, of course, the TV shuts down. People were like panicking, thinking this was really happening. There was a real newscast. So they had to keep doing disclaimers throughout. What you're watching is a fictional event. Well, this is a made-for-TV event. But it is very real, and it does go on and show what would happen. And, all the things you don't think about that would fail. One thing it points out is there's a handful of people in this world who can run a nuclear plant. Handful of people. Could you? I could go in a nuclear plant and run a nuclear plant. They're like Homer Simpson in there. Everything being melted down, you know what I'm saying? And it takes a full year to shut one down successfully. You have a very short window of time to do what you need to do to cool it off. I mean, the very last of the nuclear plants in Germany, which they began the shutdown process at Fukushima. When Fukushima happened, Germany began closing down their nuclear plants. So they are a little dark, cold country that I believe is 85% renewable resources, solar and turbine. Yeah. So when they say it can't be done, I'm not buying that. Okay. Germany is doing it. Other countries in Europe are doing it. And if we would just stop sucking the dick of big oil, we also could do it. Do you know that most of our oil in this country, and we have plenty, we don't use our own oil. We buy most of our oil from Canada. And our oil goes to another country. It's a big shell game so that none of these companies that make billions and billions of dollars, like Exxon, pay no taxes. They have all their offices, all their executive offices offshore. Many are in one building in Costa Rica, and they don't pay taxes. Now I'm going somewhere with this, and I have really, in 3 years of doing these videos, gone from never mentioning politics to, well, we really have to. We really can no longer not talk about the news. We can no longer not talk about politics. We can no longer, because it is like the emperor's new clothes. It's the emperor's naked, standing in front of us, and we're going to pretend that that's not happening. Talk about the elephant in the living room. We can't. So yes, it's gotten crazy. And I want to quickly look at some comments before I continue. Just let me see what people are saying here. Yep. Hey, Amy. Yes, it's After Armageddon. Yep. Now you may have seen it. I've posted a couple times. Apocalypse. Yep. After Armageddon. And I said, okay, thank you. After the apocalypse. It's called After Armageddon. Anyways, I know I posted the right one, so thank you. I think what we're seeing now with people, and it's visceral. When we walk into these grocery stores, it's not the same as when the pandemic started. And there was the toilet paper and the paper towels, and that was almost comical. It was, it was annoying, but it was comical. How much toilet paper do you need to wipe your ass? We're supposed to be at a two week level the curve. You know what I'm saying? How much do you need? But this is different because this is food now, and we're seeing whole shelves, all the cat food, all the animal food, everything wiped clean, and we're watching prices escalate every time I go to the grocery store. I swear to God, it's $20 more for the same groceries. I cannot believe how much more money I'm spending on food. And that's visceral. Food is visceral. The fear of starving, we are not that far removed from the Depression era. My grandparents, who were very young children, but they half raised me, went through the Depression. My grandma was born in 1921. And And so a lot of us are only a couple of generations removed from that. And it's still in our memory banks, okay? The idea of there's not going to be enough food, we're going to starve. And there's something that hits you hard, and that is the stuff that actually spurs revolutions. When we cannot feed our families, when we cannot provide food and clothing and warmth and shelter, that's when revolutions happen. Trust me, that's historically, that's when people finally stop looking at all the ways that we're different, whether it's our color or our political affiliation or how we orient ourselves sexually. And all of a sudden, we're all starving people. Okay, now we're going to get together. Okay? When all of us are sitting there with no heat in our homes, now we're going to get together. That's what joins us. Trust me. Suffering brings people together. Okay, Rachel, absolutely. Oh, Europeans, absolutely. So, absolutely. Okay, so here we are. Here we are at this time. And I've been talking about it, and don't think for 1 second it doesn't hit me like a punch in the gut. Because when I go in the grocery store and I go late Sunday night, I go very late grocery shopping, and I usually hit Aldi's like on a Tuesday or something really quick to just kind of scoop up whatever I need. And you're looking at bare coolers. There's nothing in there. A lot of things missing, a lot of things, and prices going up, along with gas prices and oil prices and fuel prices and anything you want to repair if the parts are even available. So, last year I did these really cool Valentine boxes at the store, and instead of candy, I had stones, really cool labeled stones. Now, just today I ordered the Valentine boxes, so I'm doing like 50 of them. And I'm going to hope that I can find interesting stones, because a lot of stuff is just out of stock, period. And it's not great. And that's a little thing. You can't eat stones. So this is not cry for me, Laura. Believe me. In fact, it's why I close during stormy weather. I close the shop down during ice and snow. I don't want anybody driving to my store. There's no food. There's no medicine. You don't need to be in the shop on an icy, cold day. Stay home, stay warm, and stay safe. I appreciate you, but stay safe. That's why my cell phone is, what's that bird doing? Orlando. My cell phone is on the answering machine, so if there's an emergency, you can always reach me. You can always get a hold of me, whether the shop is open or closed. So, and I have, no one's ever abused that. I think in 15 years of business, twice, maybe I've gotten a call at 1 or 2 in the morning, and those were desperate calls. I was happy I could take them. I want to be the one there to take them. Okay? I'll talk you off a ledge. So, oh boy, I'm looking at comments here. Oh wow, so Miss Fancy over here on no, Facebook is frozen. Okay. Miss Fancy is telling me that the grocery store where she is closing an hour earlier now. So I will tell you, the post office here in Derby was closed for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. Everyone had COVID. The Sikorsky Credit Union, I believe, was closed for 2 weeks, COVID. And yeah. So last week I talked a little bit about standing in your faith, holding your faith and knowing your faith. Where do you put your faith in? Right? Oh, thank you, honey. And I think we need to really reflect on that. I began distancing myself from the words New Age probably 7 years ago. And I gotta tell you that I grew up in California, and I loved the idea of the New Age, the age of Aquarius. But to me, it felt like going from the Middle Ages into the Renaissance, the time when people were enlightened, the New Age, when people were accepting of differences and studying and learning about theology and spirituality. I thought, what a wonderful thing, the New Age. And the idea of a light worker, someone who spreads positive energy and talks, walks their talk. I love that idea too. It was a nice idea. It was a nice thought. The reality, though, became that from when I opened my shop, and no one thought the shop was going to succeed, and everyone was, you know, not everyone, but people who I knew that were so-called, business experts, telling me how it wasn't going to work out. To now, it's kind of the thing of the moment, and people see it as a cash cow. So anyone with the money to open a shop and put some crystals in, and call themselves a light worker or a spiritual person, there you go. The shop's open, the shop's closed. I'm not worried about it. I worry more about the idea that it cheapens what these are. And I was talking to somebody in a private reading. They're tools. Guys, all these things are tools. The stones, the herbs, the oils, the spell bottles, they're tools. Just like when you're building a house, you have a hammer, you've got, screwdrivers, you got whatever, drills. Well, you don't sit there and say, well, the drill built the house. Oh, the hammer built, no, the carpenter using the hammer, using the drill built the house, the carpenter. They're tools for you to use to make you stronger, to make you more positive, to help give you better energy. And if this is the case, and you're still feeling scared of running out of the chicken, your head cut off, reevaluate what you're doing with those tools, and what you're doing, what are you studying, what are you learning? Because it's a second part of that. Great, the stones are pretty, we love the energy. Have you studied them? How about gridding? Have you learned about gridding the stones? Meditating and ways to meditate with the stones? They help. They can't do all your work for you, but they help. Ditto the oils, aromatherapy, reflexology, food pharmacology. These are all great things. I have often said, if you or anyone in your family has a chronic illness, learn what you would do if the pharmacies closed down, you couldn't get your meds. What would you do? How would you survive? Now's the time to figure that out, both in terms of stockpiling what you need, but also what in nature would help you. What would help you if somebody was having a panic attack? What would you do if you couldn't get medications, if there was no doctor to call? What can you grow in your garden? What plants can you have? How can you eat different to offset anything from sugar to you name it? Okay? Chronic stomach issues. This is the stuff we should be studying, guys. Study stuff that's going to affect you and your family directly. And these are skills you can trade with. The same way I exchange readings for my haircuts. You can barter that way. We're going to be doing more bartering. A lot of us have been bartering all along. Pagan community, we're kind of big on that. All right. Just want to see what's going on here. Oof, COVID. Jessica, I'm so glad. Thank you, Lou. So, hey, Tara. So start with that. When we talk about learning and studying what we're doing, please start there with what is actually practical magic. My friend Brian Kane, who is an Alexandrian high priest, has talked about the fact that the overuse of the word witch, he feels, has kind of cheapened the word. And I'm going to say to some extent that if that's true, because again, it's not just that you're holding the stones, it's that you study the stones, that you learn about the energy. Where do they come from? What's the history? You should know that about the tools you use, right? Because if you were building a house, you'd know how to work a drill, you know how to work the nail gun, right? You know how to load it up and safety and all that good stuff around the tools. So in addition to knowing your faith and where you put your energy and where you pull your energy from, that's so important. Where do you pull it from? If you're saying the universe, the universal divine, that's a big place. And there's lots of energy in the universe. Really reflect on that a little bit. Okay? I don't care who it is, if it's Mary, Jesus, Joseph, Saint Michael. For me, it's Kali, Blessed Dark Mother. Who, where are you pulling from? And how do you pull that energy? I am concerned that people are losing it. I'm taking a lot of phone calls that are, I'm not making fun of anybody, but it's a natural thing when things are falling apart to want to blame the devil or a demon. And not that there aren't bad entities out there, not that there's not bad entities out there of all kinds. We've got all kinds of shit running around right now. But it's a knee jerk that bothers me, just like the knee jerk to seeing the shelves of the grocery store empty. The worst demons I've met in my life have been human demons. The most evil entities I've crossed paths with, to my detriment and sorrow, have been human. Usually, they were assuring me how much they loved me. And I know a lot of you can relate to that, as children and as adults. I know you can relate to that. You're going to do tell me, because I see it in your eyes when I sit with you. I know you know. It's damaging and it's hard. At the same time, most of us love people and want to help them. And that's the beautiful aspect of our nature. The people that I get to sit with every day and meet every day, despite having been badly hurt, we are like one of those sad little pit bull dogs that got beat the fuck up, all scarred and torn apart. We're so mean. And yet at the end of the day, you just want to lick somebody and sit in their lap and be loved. And that's really, and then protect those same people, because we still believe and have faith that there are good people. We know there are good people out there. Wait a second, guys. Good for you, Denise. Hey, Deb, Christina. Yes, studying herbal medicine. Thank you. It's a study, right? Study. You can kill somebody with herbs. You can kill somebody with essential oils. You give somebody with bad kidneys, any kind of oil of wintergreen, you can kill them fast. All right? So you can't just haphazardly, you have to know what you're doing. It is not the time for weakness. It is not a time for wringing our hands and clutching our pearls. It's just not that time. You tell being a warrior, well, act like one. Okay. Time to act like one. I was watching a video and I shared it. Now, I don't particularly like this guy because I don't like vulgarity. I really don't like people swearing and screaming in people's faces. That's not how I get a message across. Not that I don't swear, but I don't like that bombastic sort of a way. This guy does these, charges a fortune, and you stay with him for I don't know how long, mostly men, honestly. But I learned how to make it in business, and he's done well for himself. Again, don't like his style, but I shared one video because he said there's a test for whether or not you can be successful and whether you will be successful. And most people, he goes, 4 to 5 people fail it. It's one question. And this is the question. You were standing outside, minding your own business, say next to your mother, and some random person came up and spit in her face. What would you do? And 4 to 5 people, he says, fail that test. They're like, well, I'd want to ascertain the situation. I would want to know, like, what prompted that sort of behavior. I'd want to, kind of step in their shoes and what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's an assault. That is assault. Someone touches your child. Somebody spits at your mother. Somebody puts their hand on someone you love. You don't ascertain the situation. Maybe see if he has a gun in his other hand or something. That's not the only assertion you need to make. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Rosemary. All right? I'm not condoning violence. I'm condoning self-defense and taking care of your family, your people, and not allowing disrespect like that, which honestly, again, is assault. And what I've seen in my years, people paying lip service in the schools. Oh, we don't tolerate bullying. Really? Really? Because what I've seen is nothing but tolerance for bullying in the schools. Because when you find out, well, bullies have rights. Yeah. So sorry that person's picking on your kid, or sorry that that person's on this young person's on the internet, dragging your kid through the mud, again, anonymously, because they hide on the internet. They still have rights. And I known parents who have gone to volunteer at the schools because their kid was getting shoved in lockers, boys and girls. And there is absolute tolerance for the bullying. It's tolerated, and in some respects, what you tolerate is what will continue. So in that aspect, it's being condoned. And I'm saying, do not condone that. Do not. Yep. It's true. Okay, stop it, China. That's not, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about mothers who were abusive. We're not talking about that. Hey, Susan. I want to see something for a second. All right. Okay. We're not talking about those mothers that, I know those stories too, because I see people who have been horribly abused and tortured by their mothers, not just their fathers, but their mothers. Sad stories. I was out of the house at 14. I get it. But why I distanced myself from New Ageism and the light worker was because it was that sort of a pablum-y, vanilla, a one size fits all. If you feel it, then it's right. If you want it, then you should do it. If you want it, you should have it. If you think that's what you are, that's what you are. And I know that's not true. You cannot be an intuitive herbalist. You may have an intuitive knowledge, but you still have to study. Trust me. Dosages, amounts, how to dry them. There's still lots to study. Even if you have an intuitive knowledge of plants, you still need to study. You cannot be an intuitive shaman. You really can't. It's dangerous work, and it requires years of study, and it's expensive study. You can't be an intuitive mechanic. You may know cars very well, but you really have to have a working knowledge of engines to be a mechanic. I wouldn't hire an intuitive electrician. I wouldn't hire someone to come and put their hands on the walls and feel where the wires should be because they love electricity, had a past life that they were Benjamin Franklin there with his key on the kite, and they like lights, so they're an electrician. No, it doesn't work that way. And so when I saw spirituality headed that way, well, it's we can have 15 different deity on the altar, and well, they'll just take whatever I like because it's no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's disrespectful. And that's the problem when we deal with whether someone's spitting in someone's face or you're making an offering that someone doesn't want. I was thinking about this, and it's at that point in 15 years in business, the newsletter has an amazing open rate. More than half the newsletters that I send out are open, and that's tremendous. Most do not get open. Most get deleted, and it goes all over the world, and they're forwarded all over the world, and I read all over the world. And I'm grateful for that. And from the beginning, I've had people who wanted to collaborate with me, and let's collaborate. I was like, okay, what do we do? Well, I have this business, and I was thinking you could put me in the newsletter. Like, okay, like that's not a collaboration. That's me doing you a favor. Let's get the words right. If you're asking to be in a newsletter, local businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, that's what I focus on. People who I know who are doing good work, that I know personally are doing great work, they're in the newsletter. I don't charge for that. And people do go. But don't call it a collaboration when it's me doing you a favor, darling. That's different. And When we talk about knowing your worth, know your words. And that's how you get out of feeling like you owe someone a favor because you collaborated. When in reality, you just took something. We see it in the pagan community. We see it in the art community. People just feel it's okay to take someone's art, take it, copy it, alter it 10%, and then call it a, what do they call it? OOAK? Original something, something, you know? They put some glitter on it and a little ink and pen, and they call it their own little creative enterprise. Well, it's not. You actually stole that. You didn't make that. And you haven't given the person credit who did it. That's not collaboration. That's not artistry. That's just stealing. Yep, Brian, you're right. Okay, Deb. All right, send me an email, Deb, lenhart@comcast.net, and send me your email address, okay? You may need to go on the website actually and sign up, but I'll send you January's. Something may have happened, but yeah. If you're not getting a newsletter and it's not going into spam, you may need to re-sign up. After 6 or 7 not opened, they go away. So where was I? Yeah. So that's where I started distancing myself, because this wonderful new age and these wonderful visionary people just taking what they want to take and calling what they want to call it, and the appropriation. Well, I'm not appropriating anything in my store. You know, I heard some people talking about the sage, and someone said something about a mala bracelet, and you know that was appropriation. And I said, I gotta stop you right there. I don't listen to people's conversations, but you're right in front of me. Those bracelets are from a company called Namu Baru, supports indigenous people. I assure you, they want to sell their bracelets. Okay, I assure you of that. You're helping them. You're not hurting them. My dream catchers come from a woman named Kelly Two Wolves. She's of the Lakota tradition. I'm not appropriating anything. And some things that you call appropriating are not appropriating. I know what you're talking about. Right down to the word woke, which is an African American word, term. Stay woke. And again, why are you using it then? If you're so concerned, if you're such a social justice warrior, you're going to virtue signal over the place. Why? Really, why? I don't care. Don't buy sage, buy sage. There's lots of ways to clear and cleanse. I talked about that. But if you're not doing it because you're afraid of appropriating, and believe me, there's no sage shortage. It's not being over harvested. That's not true. Plenty of sage. It grows now. It's indigenous to North America. It's a plant that grows here, and there's lots of it. Okay, good, Brit, good. Oh, cool. Okay, Aaron, exactly. But you asked permission, and that's the point. So again, that's where the community. I have to say, I do want to distance myself. You know, I'm a witch, and I've used the word, and I've said I'm a witch from the time I opened. There was a big article in the Connecticut Post. My friend Tony Spinelli wrote a beautiful, like, full page in the Connecticut Post. That's how far back it goes. There were still newspapers, and from the very beginning, owns this shop. At the time, I called it a New Age shop. But and people would say to me, "Well, when you say witch, you don't mean like witch, do you?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh, you don't mean like witch, like witch." I'm like, "I mean witch like witch. Yes, I'm a witch. I'm a practicing witch, a hedge witch, actually." And back then, of course, the word has lost some of that negativity. People are embracing the word, but they're embracing the word without doing the work. And that's what my friend Brian King was talking about. That's what I'm saying too. I'm agreeing with that. You know, to call yourself a witch or a wise woman or a wise man, a wise one. What are you wise about? What have you studied? It's witchcraft, a craft. You work a craft. You hone a craft. What's your craft? Now again, Brian calls it the art magical, which I love that. I'm not going to Not gonna. I'm saying his name so you know it's not mine. It's his. But I like it. I like the way it sounds. I think it's a great way to describe witchcraft and magic, the art magical. But again, we study art, don't we? And even the most brilliant artist or musical savant, there was someone, I know we have them in my family that could sit at the piano and play by ear. But you'll never progress beyond a certain point without training. You'll never progress beyond a certain point, no matter how much natural skill you have. And so I'm going to say again, moving a step forward now. You know what you believe in. You know where you're pulling your energy from. Now begin to hone your skill set. It's time to really study what you have a passion for. And I will tell you, very few people can make a living reading tarot cards. Very few people can make a living doing Reiki. You know, you're going to need to bump it up a little further than that. And reflexology is great. Absolutely wonderful. It's about $5,000 to go to school to become a reflexologist. You can really hurt someone. You can damage their muscles, their bones. There's the small bones in their feet or their hands if you don't know how to do it correctly. Because you need training. It's more than just a foot massage. And that's what I wanted to say tonight. Give some thought to who you're talking to, how you're presenting yourself, and where your skill set is. I have zero interest in nursing. I give nurses every bit of credit. Everyone who knows me knows I can't look at blood. I couldn't even watch the show Vikings, which I really enjoyed up until they started slaughtering each other in some horrible, horrible ways. I can't watch it. I don't like body fluids. Keep them away from me. I don't know this penchant for picking things on the internet and oh God, I go crazy when I'm flipping through and someone's popping something. I'm like, I can hardly take it. I turn green. I give nurses and doctors and I cleaned diapers for 4 kids and handled all that just fine. And I clean up after my animals, and that's enough for me. I don't need to see it, hear it. I don't want to see boo-boos, bleeding wounds, infections. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. That's not my skill set, right? Lots of people out there can do that stuff. Go for it. Learn how to do it. People are going to need that kind of help. Yep. Nadia, I'm working on it. And China's working on it. We are. Virginia, hey. Oh my God. I have my friend, my sister-in-law, Kim, talking about working, and she works in the hospital, and she was working in Florida. And she talked about giving sponge baths, and there's a real obesity problem in Florida. A lot of obese people, and a lot of them in the hospitals. And she talked about having to clean them. What do you mean clean them? She goes, well, clean them. They go to the bathroom. I'm like, and? You gotta clean them. Like, what do you mean you gotta clean them? Like, they can't wipe their own ass, Laura. I'm like, what? She's like, they can't. They're too big. I'm like, can you do that? She goes, my job, yeah. I'm like, what do they pay you for that? Because I would require $1 million a day. $1 million, and I have to think about it. I probably would pass up, but she's like, well, I don't make $1 million a day, I promise you that. But like, whoa. No, nope. So again, kudos to you, nurses, teachers, all of you, police officers. That's not my skill set. No, not at all. But if you think we can live without some sort of law enforcement, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. You can't do it. Watch after Armageddon. Watch the show and see what happens when that breaks down. A little frightening. A little frightening when the animals are running the zoo. So, not to paint a dire picture, but it's not getting better. It's not getting better. And the Biden administration, I believe it was New Year's Eve, it was a late night deal. They just pass a lot of stuff through, which they do. Every administration does it. I'm not picking on any administration, but it was a deal with a German pharmaceutical company to build a factory here in the States. It's being built here to make test strips. The test strips that, the testing that we have don't know enough of right now. But the point is, the soonest we'll have a product out of this factory is the end of 2024. So what does that tell you about leveling the curve, or we're going to be on top of this thing, or it's going to be over? Right? It's that when I read that, I was like, oh, fuck. It's not going to be over anytime soon. And I know, you know what? And I don't want to go there any further than that, because I'm not going to talk about vaccinations. I'm not going to talk about, because I've seen it from both sides. I'm seeing everything. I'm hearing and seeing some awful things from every perspective. So all I can tell you is you do what's right for you, and whatever will help you keep your job, if that's what you need to do. You got to keep a job. Not everyone has the luxury of walking out of their teaching job or their nursing job. Don't make someone feel badly because they can't just walk out. A lot of women work those work jobs that they're paying the health insurance. So a lot of women working at the hospitals or in doctors' offices because they're keeping the insurance for the family. Don't make it harder, for people. Oh God, Aaron, God bless you. God bless you. Okay, so anyways, I don't want to go into this too much more because it doesn't get happier. Calm heads prevail. If you're using stones, if you're using your oils, if you're using your herbs, use them to your betterment. These are just to make you stronger. They're not crutches, they're tools. I gotta write that down. That was really good. Okay? Not crutches, tools. And if the stones speak to you, if that's where your energy and that's where you feel good, then learn how to grid. You can really do some good. Learn stone gridding. It's a whole learning modality there. I'm sorry, Shah. Everyone knows I hate the masks. Everyone knows I hate the masks. Can't talk, I can't breathe, and I'm claustrophobic. That's one of the things. I am absolutely claustrophobic, and this is not a good thing for me. Anyway, guys, let's read some cards. I think that's enough, because the important thing is if we stay calm, it'll help calm down the other people, the chicken people that are running around. You gotta stay calm. You gotta stay balanced, and you gotta be clear about your boundaries, because these people have none. Okay? Yeah, there's quite a bit, Aaron. There's a few really good gridding books. Yay, Bridget. Okay. All right, guys. So let's do cards. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're getting tired of the masks too. That's the point. So every week I say this for everyone who's new. I do a Tarotscope. I read for the 12 zodiac signs. Sometimes I go backwards. I go Pisces to Aries. Usually I go Aries to Pisces. This is a 6-card spread. It's a short-term spread. So the cards go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a triangle. The first card up is the situation. The next 2 cards are what's impacting the situation. And the next 3 cards are outcomes of the situation. Short-term readings. I just say short-term. They're good weeks versus months or years, okay? Obviously, not every Leo is having marriage problems. Not every Virgo is having work problems, except they are. No, I'm joking. They really are, though, Virgos. Oh my goodness. Back to Virgos. A lot of Sagittarians this week. I got to tell you, in the shop. A lot of Sagittarians, a lot of Aquarians. And I'm not surprised. Those are the freedom lovers, you know? The freedom lovers are starting to feel the rope around their neck there, all these regulations. They get a little heebie-jeebie. You start regulating them. You know, they want to travel and move, and they want to be free to communicate, see people. They want fairness. Aquarius demands it, and it's not so great. Okay, when you regulate or lock them down or try to put them in a, hey Liliana, good, thank you. I'm in a cubicle. They don't do well with that. So however, in my readings, very often I'll be reading somebody, and they'll say, well, you know, my uncle, I've been waiting for my uncle all day long, and I sat down, and what you described is exactly what my uncle's going through. So what I read for you, if you are, say, a Libra, might be something that's really all about your brother, who you're very concerned about, you know, who's a Virgo. You're like, oh my God, my brother is going through that exact same thing. I hear that all the time. So take that with a grain of salt. If it doesn't seem to fit your situation, ask yourself if there's a friend or a family member who's going through that. Okay, and let's start. Okay, starting with Aries. And here we go. Also, if you read tarot, I'm going to tell you the cards I'm pulling. Pull them at home. Lay out the cards at home and see how you translate. How do you see it? Okay. All right, Aries, my goodness. Aries, the warrior. Starting off with the Death card. Sun reversed, and the Six of Swords. We have the Seven of Coins. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Cups reversed. Okay. So this is Aries shedding its skin. This is not about an actual physical death. Sometimes death is. The Death card can often be. I, again, hate that whole, the Death card isn't really death. It is about change. Well, death is change, baby, and people die. But in this particular throwing of cards, it is about the change of self and death of self. Sun reversed, and you know what? Something has to change. Something has to give, and guess what, Aries? It's you. It's you that has to give. Change and alter what you're doing and what you want to do, and doing something you probably don't really love doing. Why? Well, Seven of Coins. You got to make money. Okay? The possibility of wanting to relocate is here. The Six of Swords is big relocation, is a big move. And I do have some Aries friends that are looking at other parts of the country, that want to live in other parts of the country. But the Wheel of Fortune is shining on the Seven of Coins. This idea of shift your goals a little bit. You're not going to love it, but you're going to like making money. It really speaks to that choice. Either you're gonna move and choose a different lifestyle, or you're gonna choose a new way of making money and stay put where you are. It's good luck either way. But things can't stay the way they are. The Death card next to the Sun reversed, failure. They can't stay the way they are. And you may have to do what you love. Three of Cups reversed. You may not. But you'll move forward. Wheel of Fortune with good luck. And again, the Six of Swords, or you'll make a move. And it'll still be successful. Okay? And it also could mean that you can't do what you love where you are. And that's true. If you are a marine biologist, you probably can't successfully work in, say, Wyoming. You probably need to be near a shoreline, right? Duh. So it could be that what you want to do, you're just living in the wrong part of the world for it, the wrong part of the country for it. You know, yoga studios struggle in Connecticut to some extent. They flourish out west. There's one on every street corner. Yoga studio, natural health food stores, vitamin shops, you know, you name it. Out west, that's just part of the language vernacular and the lifestyle vernacular. That's just, but here, not yet. Not yet. The shop like mine, I mean, I'm very much a California type shop. Light and bright and casual. So it's not, I don't have a witch boutique. I've got a shop. I've got a magical shop. And that's what I'm seeing here, guys. That's what I'm seeing for you, Aries. Change is going to come, but it's you that's got to change on this one. Oh, Aaron, stop it. All right, Taurus. Taurus, the bull. Okay, Taurus. Well, we start off with the Page of Swords reversed, the Two of Coins, and the Hermit reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, the Six of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Okay. So again, work and money. The first card up is the Page of Swords reversed, and that is not talking. This is, and Taurus in general is not a big talker. They could have, they're usually a sign of few words. They think and they keep it to themselves. And in this case, that's what Taurus is doing. Looking at the money, looking at the bottom line. And, holding yourself on the outside looking in. That Hermit reversed has you isolating yourself. You know, sometimes you really see a situation, you got to take 3 steps away from it, right? That's what Taurus is doing here. Taking 3 steps away so you can kind of ascertain the big picture. The end of anxiety, forward motion, it ain't going to be easy. Everything is coming with a fight. The Five of Wands. This is Taurus cleaning house. This is Taurus setting down the rules. This is Taurus saying, oh, but we're going to do it my way. Okay? Taurus likes to make money. Taurus likes nice things. Taurus likes to see hard work. And Taurus wants everyone taken care of. But this is Taurus, probably been watching for a little while, and is about to move things to the next level. And we're all going to move at the next level, whether you like it or not. Five of Wands. This is Taurus is prepared to do battle if they need to. Taurus is here to kick ass. Okay? But again, they're still not watching. They're watching it all. They're just taking it all in. All right? Casing it up. Gemini. Okay. Dropping cards. Okay, Gemini. We start off with the Eight of Wands, the King of Cups, the Four of Coins reversed, the Nine of Coins reversed, the Knight of Cups, and the Hierophant. You can look at these cards a couple different ways. Now, it could be Gemini is worried about a young person. This is what I really want to do. Asking themselves, is this what's going to earn me the most money when I get out of school? Gemini looking at being more traditional than they're usually comfortable with. Gemini isn't that sign, but in this case, Gemini's like, I'd like to make money, please. You know? So again, if this is a Gemini in school or you have a young Gemini in school, you may be guiding them to say, well, I know that sounds lovely. And having your major be, I don't know what liberal, bull semen producer. I'm trying to think of something that would be, just an odd career. A journalist is one that's hard to make a living at these days. But they're saying, oh, that's great, but for your 4 years and your money, you might want to pick something and tweak that so you actually are out of college making money. Okay, so there's that. I was going to say the people that milk the sperm out of bulls for artificial, but they actually make a lot of money. So that might not be the worst career you could have. Rodeo clown. Let's say rodeo clown. Okay. So that's one way of reading it. The other way could just be Gemini, revisiting how can I make more money? That's the Four of Coins reversed. But it still points to tradition. It still points to the Hierophant working in a traditional setting because other things aren't working right now. What I like for Gemini is they're fully supported in this work. My family, I think, is supportive. If you're married, I want to say you have a spouse that's supporting this idea. But yeah, it's looking at how you bring in more money. Because you need to. The Nine of Coins reversed has you feeling you need to. Could be about learning a new skill. But if you are, you're not going to skill until you know how you're going to, again, use it to make money. Like Reiki can be really useful, and it can bring in money if you're a hairdresser. Reiki adds value. And so when you're a hairdresser and you Reiki your tools, you Reiki your chair, you're working on someone, you say, hey, it feels like you could use a little energy work. I know Reiki, I'm a Reiki, student. Absolutely, I would love, and 5 minutes, 3 minutes. First of all, it may lead to a bigger tip. People will be talking about you in a positive way if you're really moving energy, and it sets you apart. So in that case, can you make a living doing Reiki all day? I'm thinking probably not. But can you use Reiki in your everyday to benefit yourself in many ways, including financial? Absolutely, absolutely. All right. But Gemini, it's time to get creative, but in a very traditional context. Okay. All right. And I do know, I personally know astrologers, Reiki masters that are making money, but they've been doing it for 25, 30 years. They were doing it when it first became a thing. Astrology and tarot are similar in that it's a study. You can spend years and still be at that middle level. There's always something to learn, and astrology is convoluted, whether it's Western or it's God, I can't think of the word. Cards. I'm doing too much at once. I'm sorry. It's still a study. Again, you can make money doing charts, doing astrology, but you got to learn the astrology. Okay. So with Gemini, who loves to learn different things, loves esoteric knowledge, that's fine, but you still got to fit that esoteric knowledge into some sort of traditional box, package it so that it's palpable and it's saleable. Vedic. Thank you, Gail. All right, here we go. Cancer. The Two of Cups reversed. The Ten of Wands reversed. The Emperor reversed. The Knight of Wands, Justice, the Magician reversed. Well, we start off with the Two of Cups reversed, and that is two people that want two different things. Can be a friendship, it can be a romance. In this case, it might even be coworkers or people who own a business together. Cancer. The Ten of Wands reversed. Oof. Straw that broke the camel's back, and the Emperor reversed. Knight of Wands, Justice, Magician reversed. Well, Cancer, for one thing, it could be similar to the Taurus that's getting ready to restructure, redo. Cancer could be ready to help what looks like a failing business, the Emperor reversed, get back together. A Cancer might also be a partner buying a partner out of a business that can't support the two, or that one person needs to revamp, redo. Someone doesn't know what they're doing. Someone doesn't know what they're talking about. And Cancer is being the voice of wisdom here. But they're not going to tolerate someone who doesn't know what they're doing. As my mother would say, doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Okay, Cancer, which is very patient, is losing their patience. You know what you're talking about. It's almost like the Emperor is that father, that patriarch, but it's reversed. So it's the father who's being, who's not being mature, who's not taking care of, who's not doing this, being responsible. The lack of responsibility here has led to a situation. Charlotte broke the camel's back. It's something, and I'm telling you, there's contracts being dropped and things have to change. New creative energy. That's what the Knight of Wands brings in. New creative energy. And it's the old way is not working anymore, Grandpa. We can't do it the way we've always done it. It's not working. Nothing's more frustrating to me than hearing someone talk about their business, and I ask about advertising, and they talk about something with paper. I'm like, paper? No one's doing paper. What are you doing online? Oh, I don't go online. Oh, honey, you've got to have an online presence with your business. There's no getting around that. I don't care what kind of business you have. You better have a Facebook page. You better have an Instagram page. You better start engaging people, because this is the way it is now. And that's what Cancer is saying. It's saying, no, things are going to change. Cancer is doing it differently than Taurus. Taurus is actually going to the mat. And it looks like Cancer is coming in with a lawyer. Cancer is like, this is it. Either you're buying me out, I'm buying you out, but we're not doing this the same way. Okay? Excuse me. It's talking. All right. Leo. Any Leos out there? Okay, Leo. Well, we start off with the Ace of Coins. Great card. Best money card. The Empress. The Six of Coins reversed. Queen of Coins reversed. The Hangman reversed. And the Five of Cups. Well, I mean, quick review of these cards. Hey, Nadia, is Leo with some regrets about wasted money that's due, money that's owed, debt, wasted time, wasted energy. Maybe spending money on behalf of something who didn't appreciate it. Queen of Coins, that's usually a mother energy. Not good with money. It's not the Leo. I want to say, if Leo made mistakes with money, they made them on behalf of somebody else, because that is Leo. Unfortunately, it's time to pay the piper. And to move forward, some of this has got to get paid off. Six of Coins reverse is bills that are owed, money, debt that has to get paid. Queen of Coins reversed. Hangman reversed. And regret. Crying over spilt milk. Five of Cups. Well, this is exactly when Leo brushes off themselves, gets up, and starts making some money. Good for you. Nadia, this is what you do. You sit there and you look at it all, and then I'm surprised how people don't have a working budget of their home. You must. How much do you owe? How much do you spend electricity? How much do you spend on gas? How much do you spend in car insurance? How much you take in? How much goes out? You must have a budget. But this is Leo looking at the budget going, damn, now I got to address this. And they do. Like I said, best money card and the Empress. That's the opposite of the Emperor reverse. This is a woman who is about abundance, making sure everyone's fed and everyone's got clothes. The Empress is sister to the High Priestess, but they're very different because the Empress is Earth. I very often think of it as the Taurus card, the Emperor and the Empress. But it really is about the material things that make life enjoyable, like having enough food, you know? So, yeah, this is Leo taking stock. And Leo, whatever time, whatever money, was not time, this is about money. This is all about money. All about money and resources. But it's about patching those holes and fixing the budget. That's right. But you got to put it on paper, right, Nadia? You got to put it to paper. And that's what you can't just, see, people don't do checkbooks anymore. I do. I write checks still. But everything is done online and everyone's swiping their cards and no one's really, the money doesn't really got to get looked at when you do that. You really need to look at your money. What are you doing, Orlando? Huh? What are you doing, buddy? All right. So Virgo. Yeah, Nadia. It's falling through the cracks. You don't realize. It's like when you're Tara, you see you've got a fan. Tara's watching you. Yeah, Tara. Say hello. Say hello. Hello, Tara. Say hello. You say hello? Hello? No? Okay. It's like when you're dieting. You keep a diet notebook because you don't realize how many calories you consume, just things that you put in your mouth throughout the day, eating, grazing. Well, the same thing with a financial notebook. It's you don't realize what you're spending money on, how much it adds up. Say hi, Brian. Saying hi. Yeah. Everyone's saying hi to you. You say hi? What's that? Look up there. What's that? Huh? What's that? What's that? There you are right there. Do you see? You see? I know. You pretty? No? Okay. All right. Virgo, you're being patient. Oh my God. Have you ever seen a theme? It's all about money and work and effort. And I tell you the cards because you can look these up. You can sit there and say, I just know, the definition of these cards. I'm giving you the definitions. I'm not manufacturing this. There is a sense, there's a certain amount of interpretation being done here, but the meaning's the cards, the meaning's the cards. So Virgo, the Knight of Coins reversed, the Four of Wands reversed, the Ten of Swords, the Devil reversed, the Ten of Coins reversed, and the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay. Well, boy, it's a lot of reverses. My first thought of looking at these cards is a Virgo that wants to move and buy a property. That's the first thing that I look at. The Virgo wants to change neighborhoods, change locations, and the money's not there right now. The money to do that is not there right now. And the thing is, the Devil reversed, there's something toxic where you are now that you want to get away from. And that it's very frustrating. There's something that, Ten of Swords, I don't love it. And I'm not sure that it might just be toxic in the house. You might have mold, for example. There might be something wrong with the house. House may need work. It doesn't feel like it's I'm not emotionally happy. It's this isn't safe, or this isn't where I want to be. This isn't healthy for me. Climate maybe, but it boils down to money at the end of the day. And part of the problem too, Knight of Coins reversed, Four of Wands reversed. It's if you're waiting for that promotion, that more money thing it's not coming up right away. There's a delay on that. Very frustrating. Again, stuck in place to some degree. I'm going to throw one more card. Ace of Swords reversed. There is no forward motion here, Virgo. It's really where you are is where you are. It's like someone nailed your shoe to the ground there. Orlando is 15 or 16. I got to check. And they usually live to be about 30 or 35. It's a Goffin cockatoo. Virgo, I don't know what to say. This is a short reading, I know, for Virgo, but what you want to do, and it really does deal with home, you can't do it right now. I don't see you able to do it right now, but there is a real desire, and it seems like a real need to get out of where you are. Now, it could be just a simple thing that, okay, I'm renting, I'd like to buy. It could be. But it does feel like you know where you want to go, and you can't get there yet. The money to get there isn't there right now. Right? 10 of Coins reversed, Ace of Swords reversed. Yeah. Right now, you kind of got to sit there and keep saving. And I will say, though, for anyone that wants to move, you do want to know as many details of where you want to go as possible. Whether it's if it's a city, well, where in the city? Study, do a Google search. What's the crime rate? What's the demographics? Where's the recreation? Where's the good restaurants? The more you do that, the more you manifest. The more you pretty much are sending out a message, this is where I want to be. And it opens doors. You will facilitate a move that much quicker if you know. It's the difference between, okay, I want to go west to I want to go to Colorado Springs. I know exactly where I want, the kind of house that I want. That's going to manifest a lot faster than I want to go west. I'm tired of being here. I don't know where I want to go. Well, it'll take a little longer. Okay, Libra. I was telling someone in a reading, because the whole family wants to go. The kids want to go, the mother and father want to go, but they don't know where they want to go. They have some ideas. I'm like, listen, make it a family thing. Everyone pick a place that they'd like to go, and then talk about it over the dinner table. City, state, what's there? What's it got to offer? Make a compelling argument for moving there. What's the draw? And if you give everyone, say everyone comes up with 3 areas, three towns, 3 states, and why that's a good idea to go there. Right? Where are the jobs at? Where are the schools at? What? You're so busy. I know. All right. Libra. Okay, Libra. We have the 8 of Cups reversed. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the, saw it before I dropped it. We have the 3 of Coins. The King of Coins reversed, the Star, and the 3 of Wands reversed. Oh boy. There's so many contradictory cards here. Let's see if we can sort them out. The 8 of Cups reversed is, again, like Virgo, staying in place. The desire to go, but you're staying in place. And there's some heartbreak around that, where I feel like for Virgo, there was a reason to want to go. In this case, it's emotional. Heartbreaking, really. Three of Coins, celebrating money. King of Coins reversed, Star, and the 3 of Wands reversed. My first thought is this is a kid who's leaving for college, leaving for school, and leaving parents behind. and the parents want to go too. You know, it's that we can't go. This is a young person, 3 of Wands reversed. Probably going further from home than the parents like. And I want to say that, and this happens, one parent wants to go, one parent wants to stay. You know, I see that all the time in my readings, and that's tough. You know, who's gonna, but this is all about, oh boy, I love the star next to this 3 of Wands reversed, because it talks about making a good decision at the end of the day. And the 3 of Coins is a great card for celebrating promotion and money. But again, there's this 3 of Swords, this sense of heartbreak around this. This 8 of Cups, can't leave home. One more card to dual clarity here. The Knight of Swords. Okay. Let's bring in action, communication. I think it looks to me, my God, one more card. I'm sorry. This is a strange pull of cards. 4 of Cups reversed. It's like, you know what you want to do, Libra. You know, and yet you're not making changes. It could be that you're an empty nester now. There's that, you know. You don't feel like spending money on a bigger house. You know, no one's living home. Everyone's gone. There's still a sense of success around this. This isn't, but it's emotionally horrible. Horrible. 3 of Swords is heartbreak. So it could be selling the family home and downsizing. Could be that. Not happening right now, but you're thinking about it. You'll probably be doing it sometime this year, but not yet. Okay? You're not ready to do anything yet. But unlike the other readings, which is all about money and money motivation, this is about emotion. Okay? Oh. All right, Scorpio. Yeah, I do know, and it's funny, I know some Libras that are sitting on decisions. They'd like to relocate, move, but the idea of being away from family is what makes it hard. It'd be better for them to be away, climate-wise, money-wise, but the thought of leaving family is really killing them. Good night, Rachel. Okay. Scorpio, the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Wands. The Ace of Wands reversed. The 5 of Swords. The Lovers reversed. The 7 of Swords reversed. Wow. This is Scorpio dealing with gossip, dealing with 5 of Swords. Lovers reversed. 7 of Swords reversed. It's coming from work. This is work stuff. This is people you thought were supporting you, people you thought were on your back. They are not. You know, Queen of Wands, there's Scorpio working. And all around you, Scorpio, 5 of Swords, Lovers reversed, 7 of Swords reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords, there seems to be a ringleader. Scorpio, I'm seeing you're dealing with this legally, professionally, HR, whatever you're doing. This is you calling everybody out. I mean, this really is you. One more card here. The Fool. Going in a new direction and doing it well. But stepping away from all this shit. Yeah. You may be looking for a new job, and it may be in the same field or in the same, but out of your department, out of whatever you're doing, something new, starting something new. or beginning to think of what you can do because you're sick of this shit. You're sick of this shit right here. What else can I do? All right? Oh, yeah. All right? Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, we start off with the Page of Coins. The Tower, stop. Tower reversed, the Strength card, Seven of Wands, Page of Cups reversed, and Nine of Wands reversed. Hey, hey, stop. Come on, come on, come down. Don't be screaming. Okay. Sagittarius. This really is about promotion and education. The Tower reverse doesn't bother me because that's chaos that you're bringing about. Page of Coins. This is Sagittarius is kind of setting the establishment up on his head there. Going about things very differently. You know what's a common theme though of this reading is people are doing things that they don't necessarily love to do, or that is in their natural way of doing them, but they're doing them to be practical. They're doing it to be financially savvy or healthy, emotionally healthy. But it's not something you love to do. And in this case, this is Sag taking a long look at their skill set. Things are changing. They're making things change. And you're using whatever skills you have to carve a new career and doing something different. You're not ready to make that jump yet, but you almost are. It's either another promotion or it's something big that you're preparing for. Because I'm not sure you can grow in the position that you're in right now any further. If you leave, it looks like, again, that's that Tower reverse. That's you making chaos happen. Well, that's the way it goes. There's just a little more learning. There's a little bit of learning curve here before you take the next step, before you're moved up one more step. But you're doing it. There's the Strength card. You're doing it. Takes a little time. Sag isn't known for its patience. Feels like you're just in everybody's head right now. You're in everybody's head. It's like you're so in tune to what's going on and what's needed and what you're lacking, and it's like razor sharp. There's no regret, there's no hesitation, there's no, oh, poor me. It's okay, great. Well, I want this to happen and that to happen, and for that to happen, this has got to happen. And before I can manufacture and manipulate that, well, I better learn how to do this. Boom, 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 and boom. Right? Right. All right, you got this. Capricorn. 3 left, guys. Stick with me here. Mahogany. Mahogany rain. So pretty. Oh, Orlando makes amazing sounds. Okay, just cool. I'm looking at comments here. Yeah, he makes amazing sounds, all right, Cynthia. It's insane how loud that bird is. Okay. Capricorn. Judgment. 6 of Cups. The Ace of Cups reversed. The Moon, the 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands reversed. Wow. Okay, Capricorn. Well, we start off with Judgment. Very often that's signing contracts, that's legal issues, and the 6 of Cups, which could be about going home, contractually signing documents. It could be Could be that. You've signed some documents, going home and signing documents. It also can be, let me get these cards. It's rocking a hard place. It also could be that they're asking you to travel with your job, Capricorn. I'm not sure you want to do it. I'm not sure you want to do it. It's rocking a hard place. It could be because you're worried about the health issues of being on a plane, extended long periods of time, or multiple flights, like really traveling. I don't think you want to do it. Excuse me. It's rocking a hard place. I think you can get some of it, but for this to happen, this promotion, this idea of judgment, the signing contract, it's going to be necessary. You're going to have to travel. And it really is rocking a hard place. And I don't think that the powers of be are going to give you many options on that. All right. Don't get into a depression though, but it just seems like you're not getting support to do anything other than what they need you to do. 6 of Cups, yeah. Not sure you want to do all that traveling, but for now, I think you're going to have to. The idea of going home to sign contracts, but it's definitely about travel. All right? Aquarius. Right, Aquarius. We start off with the Temperance reversed, out of balance. The King of Swords reversed. The Queen of Cups reversed. The 10 of Cups. The 8 of Coins reversed. And the World. Okay? I'm going to read these cards. This is really about somebody that wants to move and go. All right, it really is. There's lack of balance in the household. And this is somebody who's longing for a whole new world, ready for some things to change, recognizing that things can't go on the way they are. They're out of balance. I want to say that Aquarius knows where they're happy, knows where they want to be. Okay, Liliana, good night. And the money and the world. Yeah, I'm trying to. Now this is a couple ways to read this. You could have parents that are looking to retire, whole new world. This could speak to retirement. The 8 of Coins reversed, ready to stop working. 10 of Cups, okay. Home. There's that. In terms of the male-female energy, it does look like a female that's being taken advantage of by a male. Aquarius. I don't think this like the male is like these are the rules, this is the way it has to be, and the female, the Queen of Cups reversed, is just kind of acquiescing to keep peace, which I don't love. Well, if anyone keeps the peace by just doing what you have to do, what they're telling you to do. There just seems to be a reliance on someone financially. Before you can let go, you got to let go of everything, including the financial ties. More card here. Yeah, this is. I think maybe somebody might like to break away from a relationship, but financially, it's just not possible right now. It's going to be okay. I'm looking at the world. Things are changing. They're just not changing fast enough. It's important that you know where you want to be, though. That's the biggest thing, is know where you want to be. All right? You can't manifest it unless you know where. You have a direction. Have an exit strategy, even if you can't put it in place yet. All right? This is yeah. Okay. And last we have Pisces. Okay, Pisces. We're starting off with the 7 of Cups reversed. You know what you want. The King of Wands. The Page of Wands. The 4 of Swords. The High Priestess reversed. And the 9 of Swords reversed. This is an easy one. This is an easy one. it really does speak to the Seven of Cups reversed. You know what you want emotionally, you know what you want. The King of Wands is hard work, is perseverance, is energy put into career. Fast forward, okay? We have the Page of Wands, new career opportunities. Could be a young person starting a new job, a young person knowing, this is what I want to do, okay? But it is that fresh new energy. Here's the direction I want to go in. Interesting when someone talked about a witchcraft academy. Yeah, Nadia, thinking about that actually. Talking to China about some of that stuff. Four of Swords is a sense of rest. I figured it out. The high priestess reversed, thinking logically, not emotionally. And you know, when you're looking at money and career and real estate, you have to do that. Emotions have to come last. You do have to like your home. Don't get me wrong. You should like your home. But you can't fall in love with a dud. Like a marriage. It's like anything else. You can't. Because there's some things you can't fix. If you love the house, but it's got terrible views. You're looking at like the side of a building. You're looking at, well then, and you love looking outside. You know, well then you're never going to be happy. You know, but you know what you want. There's a sense of relief. The Four of Swords, thinking logically, not emotionally, and the Nine of Swords, the end of anxiety. So this is Pisces putting something to bed. One more card, last card. The Chariot, full speed ahead. This is Pisces saying, yep, this is the direction, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going for. And I'm doing this logically, not emotionally. Sometimes it's just like when you're in things you might want to do, I like to do, I want to do. They may need to be hobbies for a while. You may have to use them. They may not be your career move right now, okay? You probably can't possibly pay the rent, have health insurance, things like that. You know, doing readings all day. But you certainly can do readings at night or on the weekends, make a little extra money, establish yourself as a reader, maybe doing a fair. There's opportunities out there. I fostered people in terms of, hey, this is a good idea, try this, try that. I don't have anyone in my shop who's been reading less than 10 years. So I don't teach people to read in my store. You can't learn your skill giving readings at my shop. I'll tell you where you can go once you have some experience under your belt. All right. Guys, that's what I'm seeing. That's what's going on. It's all about hard work. It's all about being strong, knowing what you want, making up your mind, making some decisive action, making an action plan, budget, putting pen to paper, opening books, learning, studying, and bettering yourself. And much of that results in financially bettering yourself, being in a stronger place, all right, healthier place, fiscally safer place. Money helps you be safe. So having a little extra cash, not a bad thing. Greta, good night. Stay warm. Thank you, honey. Gail, you too. Liliana, everyone. Have a good night. Anna Maria, nice to see you. Guys, love you. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.